Welcome back to another episode of Fifth Round Stoppage. I'm your host, Aaron JYD Peterson, and this is my co-host.
I'm Salah. I'm his father, manager, and co-trainer.
So today's topic is it a good or bad thing for boxing when a world champion takes off a year or more in between fights? And I'm going to let my co-host Salah take this one off first. And your time starts now.
Well, I'm going to start off by this. My son is going to stop calling me Salah. That's the first thing. So I am his co-host, but I'm his dad. I used up a little bit of my time. But nevertheless, I believe that I don't think it's good for any fighter to take over a year off unless they have like a real brutal fight. You know what I'm saying? Like me, just a real brutal fight, and maybe the recovery time is a little bit different. Maybe because of their age, maybe something of that nature. But guys fighting, the champions fighting just one time a year. I mean, ring rust is real. It's a real thing. You know what I mean? I don't care who you are. I don't care what fighter you are. You know what I mean? You got some fighters who say, I don't take warm-up fights. Like, you know, like Errol Spence, he'll tell you he don't like taking warm-up fights, so forth and so on. But I think that I think it hurts the sport, if you ask me, because we don't get a chance to see some of the top quality fights that we possibly need to see. I know fights have to be built up, but and then guys don't like taking risks. But I mean, it goes to show that, you know, some of these top fights need to happen possibly sooner, opposed to waiting till a guy, you know, is 40 years old and, you know, whatever it may be to take on a guy that's, you know, in his 20s or early 30s or whatever. You know what I mean? So, but again, I just think it's a bad idea for any fighter to take off over a year unless he like got some major brutal damage done to him. It's just, you know, like I said, the boxing already got a million black eyes already with it anyway, just in general. And we see it every day online, just in general, just how fighters is not fighting each other, so forth and so on, because of the build-up. And if that's what they're doing, it needs to, a stop needs to come. You gotta put an end to that kind of stuff, because again, like I said, it's not good for the sport. I mean, yeah, lately we've been getting a couple good fights.
Now it's my go and my time starts now. What I'll say is this: as it stands right now, I do believe it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Because as it stands right now, 2024, I've had 5 fights. I just fought this past Saturday, December 7th. And I've had 5 fights this year. I've essentially been in camp all year. The problem is the training camps, the lifestyle outside of the ring, you know, just fully dedicating yourself to boxing. It's not even necessarily the fight. And yeah, if it's a big fight and, you know, both guys are special and it's like it turned out to be a big banger of a fight, of course that weighs on you and it plays a toll on your body. But most of the time, fighters, especially when you're of that level, when you're a world champion, you make a lot of money. You make a lot of money to fight. So you want to have time to enjoy your money. Now, of course, I'm not saying you need an entire year to enjoy your money or 6 months to enjoy your money. But again, I'm also not, I haven't fought yet on that world-class level. So I can't say how anybody's body feels, but everybody's body is different. But you do have certain guys who will fight 2 and 3 times a year. It seems like 2 and 3 times a year is kind of like the go-to when you're at that world-class level. I know for me, I would prefer for myself to fight at least 3 times a year. If I was on that world-class level, I would probably do 3 times. 4 is probably would be a cap on it, because putting yourself through that is a lot. But I would probably say about 3 times a year, which I do think is good for a world champion to defend their belt 3 times a year. Is actually a good job. But we don't really have too many champions that do that. But again, everybody's body is different. So for me, it's kind of like
Time.
That was a fast ass 2 minutes, man.
Time. No, it wasn't.
That was a really fast 2 minutes.
No, it wasn't. I mean,
Well,
you didn't get your point across.
I felt like I did, but it's a double-edged sword, man. Like, whatever. whoever y'all think y'all agree with, let us know in the comments below. Follow if you're on social, if you're on Instagram and TikTok, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe. We're closing in on 800 subscribers currently right now, so please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. We'll be having plenty more episodes of Fifth Round Stoppage. We are also having another show that will be spinning off as well, more than likely this week or next week. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification. JYD_world on YouTube and on Instagram. On TikTok is JYD_world1 because my original page I cannot remember the password for. Nonetheless, we'll see y'all in the next episode of Fifth Round Stoppage. Peace.